These architectural plans belong to chef Heston Blumenthal of the Fat Duck, the three-Michelin-starred restaurant near London. Heston, but you're moving.
Yep, we're up and off to Australia.
How do you get your entire staff to move halfway around the world for you?
So I left on Friday, arrived on Melbourne on Sunday. Monday morning was the press conference to make the announcement that everyone expected we were going to be having dinner. But I couldn't tell the staff on the Friday because of social media. It might have got out, but I couldn't have them reading it on the internet. So early hours Monday morning, got up, 4 or 5 in the morning. I'd even worked out all the kind of words I was going to say. We had a Skype with Bray, live kind of Skype on my computer screen, set up a TV screen in the staff canteen here. So I said, I'm sure you're wondering what on earth I'm doing on this TV screen on a Sunday night in Melbourne. Explain. I said, look, just going to let you know, we're closing as normal at the end of the year, but when you guys go off on your holiday, but when you come back, you're not coming back to Bray because I'm closing the Duck. And there's this sort of, I said, I'm picking it up and moving it to Australia, Melbourne. And then there's a silence, and I'm like looking at it thinking, because if without them, this wasn't going to happen, because the Fat Duck is the team. But actually it was a time lag. They just went, "Way!" It was a massive cheer. And then followed it up by saying, any questions you might have. So every single member of staff will be dealt with individually in the sense that, you know, they might think, well, I've got children, what happens with those? So if some of the staff don't want to go, then we'll either rehouse them in one of the restaurants, find them as other work placement. So, you know, we're not chucking anyone out there here.
We're in one of your test kitchens. You have several of those. You also have a beautiful office with a great view, I hear, but you're never there. Where do you work?
Most of my time I spent is in Bray. I never sat at my desk. I think I sat there once for 20 minutes and it felt really, really weird. I taste and do development work. So I'm in this development kitchen, probably the least, but you know, almost once a week, twice a week. The development kitchen, the main one in Bray, I'm in there a lot. And then the smaller development kitchen in Bray, again, maybe every couple of weeks.
The Perfectionist Cafe, that's the name for the restaurant you're opening up at Heathrow. Why is it called the Perfectionist Cafe?
I did a television series between 2006 and 2008 called In Search of Perfection. And basically what it was that the point I was making was that perfection is subjective. However, a perfectionist, you can have. Perfectionist is somebody that's continually trying to make things better. So when we got approached to do something in T2, thinking, this is the perfect opportunity to do something that's really been inspired by that series In Search of Perfection.
It's one thing for you to think like this, but how do you recruit and develop a team of people who will also think in this way?
Well, luckily now, over the years, you know, we've gone from opening the Duck in 1995, myself and a pot washer. Then when we had one star, I think we were up to first time maybe 6 staff, 7 staff, 8 staff. When I say staff, I'm talking about chefs, just chefs. Now we're in the 40s. So it's a big team. But the great thing is there's a lot of my staff that have been here for a long time. So I always try and promote from within. Because what it does is it allows when the person at the top of the tree can step back and let everyone else come up. It does 2 things. One, it lets the people see below, if you work hard, that there is a way you can move up and stay within the business. And secondly, you're saying to your team that you've got the confidence and they can do the job.
What is your most valued work possession?
My mind.
Who has been the single biggest influence on your career?
Harold McGee, he wrote a book called On Food and Cooking, The Science and Law of the Kitchen. Wasn't inquisitive before that book, but I certainly was after. I questioned everything.
What is the best career advice you ever got?
Head of Michelin, 2004, got 3 stars, and I wanted to upgrade everything. He said to me, do not change. Best bit of advice.
Where were you when you realized this is what you wanted to do?
I was in a restaurant in Provence, France.
What is the worst idea you've ever come up with?
I don't think you can have worst ideas. It's the same as mistakes. They're opportunities for learning.
Are you worth your pay? Justify it.
Am I worth my pay? Am I worth my pay? Am I worth worth my pay? Yes. No.